Hello and welcome to Math 8, Unit 4A, Lesson 2. Today's objective is scholars will extend their understanding of the quotient of exponents to negative and zero exponents. So far we've been working with positive exponents. Now we're going to talk about negatives and zeros. Okay, so let's look at this. What happens? We're going to use the expanded form to try to understand this. So what happens if I have x to the fifth divided by x to the fifth? So that's x times x times x times x times x divided by x times x times x times x times x. So if you remember, every time we have an x on top and x on the bottom, we can cancel them. Because x divided by x just gives us 1. And that gives us 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. So in the end, we're just left with 1. Well, let's try it with a real number. I have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 divided by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 doesn't matter how many times I multiplied it, it's still 1. Well, let's look at this one, 3 to the third. So 3 times 3 times 3 over 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, again, cancels, 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 and we get 1. So this is why we have the zero power property. So you'll notice all of those had the exact same exponent and the same base. So anytime a number, so if we did those with our quotient power, we would do like 4 to the 6th power over 4 to the 6th power. It would be 4 to the 6 minus 6, which is 4 to the 0 power. Well, that's why it equals 1. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. It doesn't matter even if we don't know it. If we have x to the 0 power, we know it equals 1 because it's to the 0 power. Okay, so the 0 power property just tells you that if it has a 0 power, it equals 1. Okay, so now let's look at this. What happens here? Now, in the past, when we were doing this, we always had a bigger number on the top than on the bottom. So if I use my expanded form, I get y times y times y over y times y times y times y times y. 1, 2, 3, cancel, and we're left with 2 at the bottom. So that gives us 1 over y squared. And if you notice, if we did y to the 3 minus 2, no, 3 minus 5, wow, 3 minus 5, I can't read, that would give us y to the negative 2. So 1 over y squared and y to the negative 2 are the same. Let's look at another one. Here I have 4 over 4 to the third power. 1, 2, 3 fours. Again, those cancel. I'm left with 1 over 4 squared. And again, if we do this with our rules, it'd be 4 to the first power, where there's always a 1 there if nothing's there. Minus 3 is 4 to the negative second power. Let's try it with these 2's. I have 2 to the third power, 2 times 2 times 2, over 2 to the 6th power, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm left with 1 over 2 to the third power. And if you see, if I did this with my quotient rules, it'd be 2 to the third power minus 6 equals 2 to the negative third power. So our negative power property. If we have a to the negative n, that's the same thing as 1 over a to the n. So 3 to the negative 5th power is 1 over 3 to the 5th power. And we get that from our quotient property. 2 to the second divided by 2 to the 5th is 2 to the second, 2 minus 5, which is negative 3, which is 1 over 2 to the third power. Okay? So go ahead and use these as you practice with your exponents some more. So all you have to remember is anything to the 0 power equals 1. And anything raised to a negative power is the same thing as 1 over that base to the positive of that power. All it does is it flips it from the top to the bottom of your fraction, or from the bottom to the top if it's on the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and try these, and I will see you in class.